It says we're live.
Live. There you go.
You sure it's not Memorex?
I know.
I
That's
know I'm dating myself. Okay.
You're all baby.
All right. We weren't planning on doing anything, right? Tonight, making a video.
I'm being pulled away from my sewing.
From her sewing, yeah. She's sewing squares. Squares.
I'm making a blanket for our bed because winter is here.
She's sewing squares.
The water didn't come.
Why not? Oh. Anyway.
I think you might have removed it from the order.
No, I ordered it.
Oh.
What happened? Hang on just a minute.
Yeah, can I hold that a second?
No,
wait. She got to go check on something. DoorDash didn't DoorDash right. So, anyway, what brought this on is I was on the internet. Now, look, we used to live in California, so we know California is really outrageously expensive, all right? And that's neither here nor there with California. But I put together a theory.
It only has one item in it.
Oh, okay. So they probably went out of it. Okay, good.
So what the deal here is for some reason, apartment shopping. What are you doing?
Making a mess.
Why would you pull on that?
I don't know.
Anyway, we almost had a catastrophe. Where was I?
Apartments are.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at apartments, right? In New York City.
Because, we're looking to relocate.
Yeah, never. All right, anyway. I seen this raggedy, nasty little efficiency. You know what an efficiency is? It's one freaking room with a kitchen and a bathroom to the side. It was 11 foot one way and like 8 foot the other way. And they were selling that puppy for, guess how much? $1 million. $995,000.
Well, he's been watching these videos, and they'll rent a what they call a one-bedroom apartment, which is really not even a.
It's one room with a closet.
Yeah, and $4,000 a month.
It's insanity.
Imagine you would have to make at least 4 times 12 times 40. $48,000 a year just to cover your rent. You haven't lived yet.
This is why. And if you look at this, the cost of living in all these liberal places is outrageously expensive.
Yes.
So what the deal is they're subconsciously irritated with the rest of the world that can live relatively inexpensive compared to theirs. The way they look at it is they can vote for any socialist they want. They can vote for any crazy woman, Kamala Harris, right? They can do anything because it's impossible to make their lives worse.
Okay.
It can't get any worse. Yeah. Now, my problem is, it's not with that. You stay there. And you keep voting for it.
Imagine as a human being, how much do you have to make in order to live a $4,000 apartment in New York? What do you need to make? At least 10 grand? And life is expensive. Dang, you still have to live in New York. It's a cesspool.
Imagine if you had like school loans. See, your life just keeps getting worse because you've got a liberal arts degree to pay for. You got, and then the ones that were renting were anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 and even higher. And these are old, raggedy apartments.
Yeah.
There's no kitchen. It's like, they call it an efficiency kitchen. It's a sink and a stove with a small refrigerator on one wall, and they call that a kitchen, an efficiency kitchen.
I've seen some where back in the day where they have to share the toilet, the showers, the toilet. There's one bathroom per floor. It's not happening, y'all. No.
Look,
That's a hard no for me.
I understand it now. You all can jump on any crazy train you want. It doesn't matter. Any crazy nonsense Okay? You can invent reasons to be in the streets protesting because you can't afford to go home.
I know.
You're going home to a closet.
Yeah. Why
Not
would
the gay kind of closet, but a closet.
you're going? Well, what's the point of going home?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
You can't enjoy yourself.
You can't
You're in
have-
a cracker box.
Yeah, there's nothing to have there. You don't have anything. It's terrible. It is terrible.
And I mean, you think about it, right? You're a feller and you make enough to afford this $3,000 apartment, right? Or 5,000. They're like $5,000, and you're expected to have roommates. Look, I had roommates when I was in the military. It's highly overrated. What was that?
Lauren said Trump's approval rating has fallen to 17 in the latest Fox News poll. Only 15% say he has helped the economy. He's
What does that
definitely-
got to do with what we're talking about?
Well,
Wait,
it certainly doesn't seem like he has him.
We can all agree. Trump sucks, okay? But anyway.
He definitely hasn't
Yeah.
helped anything. I mean,
Yeah.
you're surprised. It is not the president himself that makes the prices go up or down, but the policy that they put forth.
Yes.
Are things going down? Is because the inflation is getting smaller.
Right.
I mean, but
Yeah.
I'm still hoping that we can get back to $1 a dozen eggs
Look,
at some point.
I will tell you, there's been people that ran for the presidency that I absolutely thought would do a really good job, that were Democrats. But you know what? They weren't crazy, so no one voted for them. They got like 2%. I mean, actual women and dudes that ran on the Democratic ticket, but they weren't woke and crazy. They had actual plans to fix the economy, and y'all didn't want to go for that, right? So then what we get is we get a choice between nut job number 1, nut job number 2.
And I mean,
it's crazy.
You know, whether you have to admit whether you love Trump or not.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, that you liked him or not, you have to admit that the guy is getting more and more deranged as the time goes by.
Yeah,
now,
you can't see
you
that.
You can either admit it and move on, or you can be like the other side that defends their candidate no matter what.
Yeah, my problem here is, it's like, yeah, you guys, you don't care. You'll vote for any crazy thing. I think it's deep down in your psyche. You want everybody to suffer as much as you are. I mean, it can't get any worse, and you're staying where you're at. That is the definition of insanity.
No,
Here's what happened with Here's what happened with us. Okay, it got too expensive to live in California. We got out of there and came back to Texas, where you can still afford to live. Now go ahead.
But that's true. But like, okay, let's say that you're a person that's making what, $6,000 a month in New York, and you have to pay $4,000 for an apartment. And then you have to eat. You still have to eat. You have to pay your utilities,
pay your school loan,
transportation, school loans, all of that. You're trapped.
You're stuck.
You are literally trapped in this place where you can't go anywhere because you can't afford to move out. I mean, this is one of the reasons people in California are stuck.
When I was a young man,
can't afford to move out.
Well, no. When I was a young man, I got out the military. I was discharged in Great Lakes, Illinois. I had a few $100 to my name, my last check. I cashed it. I jumped on my motorcycle. I had no job, no future, no potential. I jumped on my motorcycle. I knew I didn't want to live in Chicago, right? Because that's where I was born and raised. I knew I didn't want to live there. I couldn't afford it. I jumped on my motorcycle and I headed south. And I made it all the way to Texas. And I made a life for myself.
Yeah, but
I
don't. I even think that young people have it. The young people, honestly, you have to be realistic in the sense that I think they have it a lot harder than we did.
Maybe.
When we moved to the one time we lived in Colorado,
It sure didn't charge me $3,000 a month for an efficiency apartment.
But I put out a ton of applications, right?
Yeah.
And so I got a ton of responses. Young men and young ladies today are putting application after application after application, and they are not getting any response.
And I don't know where it is anywhere else, but I can tell you where I live, these young guys, nobody hires for full time.
No,
Nobody.
Yeah,
everybody works part time. They'll give them 30 hours a week, and that's pretty much it. But I'm telling you, you would have to figure out a way to get out of there. You have to. If you're gonna, it makes no sense at all. And I don't understand. It's like, that USAID thing. Well, we found out that it was a money laundering scam. None of that money went anywhere. Look, Washington is broken. Both sides suck. But there's no reason you should live in New York City when you can get out of there and go somewhere else. I'm like in Chicago, it's a cesspool. LA, I know for a fact it's a garbage can. I lived there.
I think it is a little bit like, what do you call it? Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah.
Right? When you're in the fray of it, you're in the middle of something dramatic and terrifying. It's hard for you to see your way out of that or reason your way out of whatever situation you're in. And so when people that are in New York or in these big cities, they just don't see the way out. I mean, I know this one lady that lives in California. She pays a bunch of money. She's got the ability and to get out of out of the state. She just can't see it.
Yeah.
Because her husband is a mechanic, and a mechanic can always find a job, I think. Yeah. And so there is a way out of the problem. Yeah. But
I'm just telling you, I was looking at that. Now you've got to understand, I know that groceries are more expensive in LA than they are here. Yeah. We know that firsthand. I know groceries in Chicago and up in that way. I've got family lives up there. I know groceries up there are a lot more expensive. I can only assume that groceries in New York City would be the same. All right? Even more. Yeah. But let me tell you something. I mean, it makes no sense. I don't care if the city you live in is, say, if New York was a Republican city and you're paying those bills, it would be stupid to vote for another Republican. You would want to change. All right? As it is now, both sides are equally as FUBAR, but I got to tell you right now, it's the waste of money, okay? It's like the Democrats wasted money on nonsense, on stuff overseas, woke agenda things. It was a waste of money, absolute waste of money that should have been used here on American citizens, people that live here. All right? And instead, they spent it there. Now, wait a minute. Let's talk about the Republicans. What are Republicans doing? Well, we're spending a fortune on the Ukraine. And look, I feel sorry for the people in Ukraine. I really do. But here's the whole thing. The Ukraine is not a sovereign nation. It used to be. But he lost his sovereignty when he came with his hat in his hand to the West to finance his war instead of making peace, which he could have done on favorable terms when this war first started. Then he made himself a dictator. I don't want any part of this war. And the Jews, look, Israel, whatever, I don't care. I just don't want to finance it. I don't want to pay for foreign wars.
It's not our responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, the only people I feel sorry for in this whole scenario, you got a dictator fighting a dictator, you got the Jews fighting the Palestinians or the Arabs, which they have been doing since the dawn of time, right?
Yeah, really.
How about, let's talk about the Sudan and Nigeria, right? There's genuine genocide going on over there. You've got governments that are killing unarmed people. But no, we don't care. As long as I can pay my $4,000 rent on my little shoebox in New York City, I just can't get over
I
that.
think
Yeah.
that's the crux of it, really.
Yeah.
They keep them hungry and busy enough, and that we're not paying attention to the world. And
I mean,
and, you know,
it's ridiculous. It is the most childish thing in the world. I don't hate anybody. Me and my wife disagree on lots of stuff. Watch our channels. You'll know we disagree on lots of stuff. But I love my wife. And I know that so what? We disagree on something. It doesn't mean anything. My wife is not my enemy. She's my best ally. And what I'm saying right now is Republicans and Democrats, we need to grow up. I don't hate any Democrats. I don't. I don't hate any Democrats. You got a different of opinion, and I believe you to be wrong. But that's okay. You feel the same way about me. The problem I have is with these kids and what they're teaching in college now. They believe if you don't agree with someone, then it's okay to kill them. They did a poll. Was political violence acceptable? Right? Now, most conservative and Christian people said, no, it's not at all. I was shocked to see the amount of children that were in college of the liberal persuasion that thought political violence was okay. And then a couple of years later, after I saw that, you saw it bared fruit with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
I mean, we got to stop hating each other. And you people in New York, you know what? You should all stop paying rent. Until the day, what are they going to do if everybody stops paying rent?
But that's it. That's how they do it. They keep everybody angry against each other.
Yeah.
Confused against each other. Mad at each other. So
Right.
We don't talk to each other. And the next thing you know, the government can do whatever they want with our money.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
And, and it's like they come up with all these ridiculous little groups. It's like the church. All right. The church splits itself up into smaller and smaller and smaller groups. All right. And that's the same thing they're doing with politics. These people don't care about us.
No.
These people, look, right now, here's the most asinine thing I've ever heard politically, right? Right now, the Supreme Court is looking into, should we allow transgender men or women, whatever you want to call them, into women's locker room and to compete in junior high and high school sports with the girls. This is the most ludicrous thing in the world. Ask the girls. Just ask them.
Yeah.
Whatever they decide should be it.
Yeah.
I don't know why these old people in Washington, D.C., 80, 90-year-old Supreme Court judges are going to decide that. It's none of your business. Ask the girls. Seems simple to me.
And I'm always surprised at seeing women giving up the rights that all women fought for, previous generation.
Yeah. From the suffragettes on up.
And like the most ridiculous thing I think happens is you have Christian women saying they have been gaslighted into thinking, oh, we don't have any right. We don't need those rights. We are to be subject to our husband's authority, blah, 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 so forth and so on. Okay, here's your logic. Okay, let's follow everything. Every train of thought needs to be followed all the way to the end. You don't want feminism. You need to start getting rid of your checking account. Get rid of your credit cards.
Quit your job.
While you're at it, quit your job. While you're at it, we can just go down the list. Or you can work. What is that? Women couldn't work overtime.
Oh yeah.
Women couldn't. Obviously the checking account. You couldn't have your own credit cards. You couldn't make decisions.
You can't have medical treatment without your husband signing off on it.
Being present. Yeah. You hate feminism, but let's start talking about which things you want to give up. I don't want to give up any of them.
Right. But, it's like, this is just, it's crazy. What is happening in the world? Now, this person right here, Lauren, there, I hope you're still there because I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm yelling over you, actually, because it's not a Democrat and Republican issue. No, it's them against us, literally. If you're a Democrat, this is a party, the great fault with the two-party system, okay? Our founding fathers were more intelligent than us, and they weren't a bunch of old white people. I I'm so tired of that. The average age of the founding fathers, I believe, was 25 years old. And the vast majority of our founding fathers, as you would like to, they paid with their life, all right, for what they believed in. One of them actually died on a prison ship in Boston Harbor. I mean, a lot of them suffered really badly, okay? Yeah, but it's just like racism, right? It all depends on how you look at things. When something bad happens to me, it just happens to me. I pick myself up and I go along and I go on. But it seems like a certain community, if something bad happens to them, they instantly fall back on racism. Why is that? Because the Democrats push this. And why do they push it? Because there's money in it. DEI is the biggest farce that ever happened to this country, and these people make money off of it. It's
Yeah.
they make money off of it. The colleges make money off of it. The schools make money off of it. And who pays for it? Well, we do. All right. Yeah.
That's true.
You know, and it's just like the food stamp program. I do not mind paying the food stamp thing. Okay. I do mind the amount of money that we waste on the food stamp program because there's people on it that shouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't mind paying the Affordable Health Care Act. I think the Affordable Health Care Act, and it's broken. It's been broken since we brought it out. It needs to be fixed. But it's like Democrats don't want to fix anything. They're looking for ways to make money. Now, it's not just Democrats. When you look at how rich all of these people are, how do you get rich on $179,000? How can you be? I'm just like, how can you be in the Senate for 30 years, okay, and be worth $100 million on $179,000 salary if you're not crooked?
That's right.
And that goes to both sides, all right?
Crooked friends.
Yeah, they're all crooked. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's like out in California, it is crazy. These people, every time they're legally allowed to raise the rent, they raise the rent. All right.
There says U-Haul TV says lobbyists. Yes.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
are.
Newt Gingrich. We'll call one out.
They're the scum of the earth, let me tell you, because they are only looking to line their own pockets and the pockets of their clients.
U-Haul TV. You know, I worked at U-Haul. I just changed the subject.
Yeah, you worked at a U-Haul.
Yeah, when I was a young feller, I actually worked as an RV mechanic at a U-Haul place very shortly. They paid horrible, by the way.
They probably still do.
They probably still do. I think I made like $3.25 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. But, you know, there's a little thing called eating.
Yeah, it's always nice.
Yeah.
Anywho's.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, man, here's the whole thing. We got to figure this out. But I will tell you, you guys in those big cities and in California, it always amazes me. It's the armpit of the world. And you guys keep voting for the people that are in power, right? Why don't you try something different, right?
Yeah.
I heard in Alaska they elected a cat as mayor.
We want a cat.
Yeah, we got cats.
We got cats.
Let's elect one of my cats.
One of our cats could be major.
Well, yeah. Well, we'd have to ship them off to California or something, or New York.
Oh, no,
but
I would not do that.
Here's the thing about New York that just blew my mind. I mean, you know, it was like 20 years ago, 9/11 happened, right? The Arabs, you know, arguably, you can have your opinion if you want. We know who did it. Blew up supposedly the World Trade Centers, right? Well, there's actually 4 buildings, I believe, 3 or 4 that went down. I found that strange. I'm not sure I believe the official story. If that makes me, yeah, not anymore. But then fast forward 20 years and you guys elect a Democratic Socialist.
I'll tell you what.
I'm just saying.
I will tell you what.
Did you see the Republican guy? He's wearing that red beanie. Well, who could vote for that?
You.
And then the guy that killed all the old people.
I was gonna say you hope it doesn't work, but
I hope.
let me
I
tell
pray to God
you,
it works.
if it works in New
Yeah.
York and whatever his plans, if it works, that is the worst thing that can happen to this country, I would think, because every state is gonna look at that and go like, you know what? That socialist fixed New York. Let's get us
Yeah.
a socialist.
Hey,
and you know what?
anything that works. But I got to tell you, man, it's like right now I feel like the citizens of the colonies felt in 1875. No taxation without representation, because none of us are being represented. And that's the thing that I find so crazy, right? But y'all keep going out there tearing up the streets. But just ask yourself, if you're not one of those people doing that, ask yourself when you see all these riots and protests, like right now, the big one is the ICE protests. Do you know what the ICE protests are doing? Nothing. They're hiring more agents. People are getting arrested. But what they do is they accelerate the violence.
Yeah.
So a peaceful arrest now turns out to be a major incident, and the people that you think you're protecting end up getting hurt.
That's true.
That's the truth.
All I can say, I guess, Jesus said it better than anybody. A house, what is it?
A house divided
cannot stand. And if we continue to be
divided,
we are not going to stand. I tell you what, my theory is, after we've been studying the Bible for so long now, you can see the parallels of Israel as a nation, Rome, Babylon as a nation, and the parallels with the United States of America.
Where we're going.
And where are we going? We're going in the same direction as the Babylonians and all of those people. What's going to happen when God is done? You won't even recognize the United States.
You can't hate someone just because they have a different opinion than you do. That's where the true strength of a nation comes from. We talk to each other.
Yeah.
We talk things out and we compromise. But about the time Nancy Pelosi took over the Democratic Party, compromise was out. It was win at all costs. Now it's like, what happens there makes no sense. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen really close. It's normal that when one party has the House, the Senate, and the presidency, midterm elections almost always go to the other side. So now what's going to happen is the Democrats will take the House, and they've already said what they're going to do. We're going to work on impeachment. So that means absolutely no business is going to get done. They used this ploy before. They'll pass minor bills to enrich themselves. No good legislation is going to come. You're not going to get the food stamps fixed. You're not going to get health care fixed. But they will spend all this time and money trying to impeach a president, and they're going to impeach him on exactly what they did before. He said, she said. All of this is all he said, she said. We don't know what's going to happen. I will make one prediction, though. You ain't never going to find out anything about Epstein, because both parties don't want you to know about it.
It's like our friend over there said, lobbyists. They're probably lobbyists and people, all of the people that paid the money, do the money, make the money, all listed in that list.
I thought this was going to be a quick.
Okay, I think, yeah.
Well, no, that's all right. It's fine. Yeah, no, it just, I can't tell you how upset I was when I look at these little cracker boxes that these people are spending $3,000 and $4,000 a month. And I mean, it's a little bitty thing. Some of the rooms are only big enough for like a twin bed, if that. And then you have to have a roommate to boot. You live in a closet with someone you're not related to. Get out of New York.
Yeah, or whatever place you're in.
Wherever.
Or if you're a young adult and you're struggling, there is no shame in moving back with your parents.
Absolutely.
Until you get on your feet.
Well, your parents, if you live in New York, your parents probably ain't no better off than you are.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Don't kick your kids out at 18.
Don't do that.
That's not smart.
And don't spank them either, because you know what? When you spank your kid, you wind up with liberals. Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, you know, though, how many people out there have said,
Does this end at 30 minutes?
No,
or you
no.
Oh, okay. Keep talking. Yeah.
How
there you
many
go.
people have said that they left the faith of the Christianity because all this body punishment or
Oh,
spanking
yeah.
and stuff? Don't do that. I
Yeah.
promise you, God didn't want that.
No.
Anyways.
Yeah, but anyway, man, look. I mean, I go back to, I feel like, no taxation without representation. If everybody agrees, and we can have real simple demands. Number one, term limits, age limits. I'm telling you, if you're over 55, I'll be generous. You've got no business in the House, the Senate, or the presidency. Why? Because you're out of damn touch. You probably don't even know what a gallon of milk costs.
Correct.
Right. I mean, term limits, major term limits, right? And yeah, pretty much that's it. And a reasonable, right? Here's the whole thing. A reasonable wage, cost of living, does nothing. You know why? Because every time they give you a raise in the cost of living, these people that own the world raise the price of everything else.
Right.
They raise the price of bread. They raise the price of your rent.
Yeah, because they want to make their money.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyway,
get back to
yeah,
business,
all right.
man. Come
Anyway,
on now.
God bless.
God bless.
I was just blowing off steam. I can't believe y'all. Look, for you people up there in New York, I'm going to say a special prayer for you tonight because I that's just insanity. My mind can't comprehend that you people are paying $3,000 and $4,000 to live in a closet.
Yeah.
With a roommate.
Find your way out.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Texas is full up, though. May I suggest Oklahoma? What? Well, yeah, I mean, because I know here's the whole thing. I absolutely know if you leave New York and come to Texas, you're going to bring your bad ideas.
We don't want any of
Yeah,
those.
we're struggling. All right, we got enough crazy here. We really do. I joke all the time. I tell you, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio are not part of Texas. Unfortunately, they're in the middle of it. You go to these towns and it's filled with crazy purple hair people. It's the nose ring.
I'm saying.
I'm like, they sell nose rings in them cities.
I don't get that.
I just love it, right? This one lady, she comes on there, right? It's that YouTube short. And she says, can somebody tell me what conservative men are attracted to so I can do the other thing? And I'm like, lady, the nose ring says it all.
Yep,
Ain't nobody looking at you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Hey, God bless everybody. All right.
Safe.
I mean, right? Where's it at? Over here? Okay, there it is. All right.